I'm Soldier Boy. All across America, drugs are destroying people's lives. But you don't have to be a superhero to fight back. Because your superpower is just saying no. And taking drugs is not cool, and anyone who does is a loser. Remember, real heroes don't use drugs.
Fuck you, I'm drunk. Fuck you, I'm drunk. Pour my beer down the sink. I've got more in the trunk. Fuck you, I'm drunk. Fuck you, I'm drunk. And I'm going to be drunk till the next time I'm drunk.
Okay, I just got back from my 1-year dermatology appointment. I know he froze some shit here, and here, and here. On the other hand, and almost an hour before I left for my appointment, Christine left to go to the dentist, and she's not home. So when she does, she's going to be pissy. Very, very pissy. So, a while back, NIHAP sent me this, so I'm going to be taking a look at something called BENGALI. Bengalese. Yes, Bengalese from 6 Point. This is 6.6%, and it's going to be a quality control because you can't prove that I've ever reviewed it before. And I got something in for Master Bader. Wonderful. And unlike normal, it's actually in an appropriate glass for a Bengali. You always want your Bengalis to be in a color matched, I got some good head. Look at that bad, huh? You like that? That's some good looking head. Okay. It smells like a Bengali, like a fresh Bengali. This all started back in 2004 with a Rocking Blaze Orange home brew. I just like it when they put like little thin white on orange. Can't tell what that says. Rings down the glass like tiger stripes. Thousands of batches later, Bengali still smashes with a huge citrus aroma and a clean hop bite. Gotta at least give her one more set of balls. A gun that didn't particularly run so good off the start, but the last few times I have had it out, it has been flawless, and that is the Rock Island 2011, which is just another way of saying double stack, and it's a lot of fun to shoot. And as a matter of fact, after shooting the single stack and the double stack, Bunky purchased both of them. Which I actually kind of thought that was, it's like, for her, that's kind of like bottom feeding. Cheers. Oh, yeah, it smells like a Bengali. It has definitely been a while since I've had one of those. We've got comments on both channels. Yesterday's brew review was over at the backup channel. So if you are not subscribed to the backup channel, the link is in the description. It's the same name, but you can, well, it's spelled proper. It's proper spelt at the other channel. But the way you can always tell what account you've got, the older one, the one that this brew review is on, you'll see Captain Dick Nozzle wearing a black shirt, and at the backup channel I am wearing the lab coat, so I'm white. Rich Huff was first in, saying cheers all. Cheers, Rich. Smile Money says here. Poco says that song is epic. Yes, it is. Smile Money says, so you didn't put up a gun today, so they can't prove it is not secure or loaded. Oh, silly me, thinking you would not self-incriminate. Then he says, if you sold all those guns after, May 22nd without being an FFL dealer, you are going to jail as well. According to the ATF, the penalty for unlicensed dealing is up to 5 years in prison and a fine of $200,000 or a combination of both. Cobra says it's all green screen because those guns were gone long before then. So all they have to go off of is just one thing. Then Smile Money says the Cobra, pretty nice editing, especially when he was holding a handgun and aiming it at the camera so you can see the bullets. I know. Do you have any idea? Nice. Do you have any idea the level, the pure level of photoshopping to make this look like it's in my hand and then make it look like I'm aiming it at you? God. You want to take it one step farther, make it look like it lights up. How's that look? How's that look? How's that look? So, yeah. You have to have some good editing skills, and you got to add things like noise when it goes back into the holster, you know, that kind of stuff. Hell, I'll even edit in a lump in my shirt to make it look like I'm carrying one. Then, pretty soon, the free-range, two-legged tyrannical shark will be on the menu. Oh, speaking of that, you didn't shoot this. Should have. Actually, I don't know if I have shot this since I put the Hyperfire trigger in it. I think the last time I shot it, it had the Palmetto State. And I have one Palmetto State in Project JP Killer, and I have one Palmetto State trigger in Project Overkill. I have not shot either one of those rifles since they got their trigger upgrades. Project Overkill had a, I believe it was a polished, I think they both had the same trigger actually, polished and enhanced Palmetto State GI triggers. And those just look tasty. I believe I had polished both of them even more, but now they both have Palmetto State, and Palmetto State does pretty good for a single stage. I mean, it feels okay, and it's a flat face, which I really like. J-Dog is here at work. Multi-Gunman says, well, it's not whiskey, but it's an IPA, so you get a pass. Salty says, I'm naked and don't call me Shirley. Retro Rarge. Oh, she's at Walgreens. I don't... You know, I was thinking about making hamburgers on the grill tonight, so if maybe you want to grab some chips. Otherwise, I also bought potatoes to do the potato wedges. Unless, of course, the only thing you're going to be able to eat is soup, question mark. While we're waiting for a response, let's see what Master Bader got. Megabits of what is this, DDR3. Okay, so is this supposed to be an upgrade to Roger's memory? I mean, Roger's computer got an upgrade to a solid-state drive, and he almost shit when I started it for him, and I go, "Do you remember how long it took your old computer to start up?" "Yeah." "Watch this." I believe it was 10 seconds. My appointment was at 1:45, and I was in the car coming home before 2 o'clock. Dr. fucking Woltz was a machine today. Thought it was weird, though, that I had to turn my head and cough. I don't remember that on a derm appointment before, but he seemed to like it. If I found out that my dermatology doctor was, it wouldn't surprise me at all, but he's a super nice guy. And anybody that has heard the story before, like Jeremy goes, "God, Jesus Christ, can we hear about your fucking dermatology doctor again?" He's the one that, when I asked him if he'd get upset if he found out I had a handgun in there, he went, It's against hospital policy, I must say that. But I know that if something bad happened, that you'd be here to make sure that me and my staff made it out alive, if at all possible." And I'm like, "Yeah, that is correct, sir." That's like, you know, I haven't taken a tubby lately, but I am willing to change my ways. Focus! And to top it all off, she's a redhead. Rich says, "Sorry I didn't make the club yesterday's video, but I was sleeping off my Cinco de Mayo margaritas." Rich, I have to approve. Cold-hearted bastard says 2 thumbs up and 2 shots. Then he says, "Y'all need to step up your comment game." Well, I don't want to say I'm agreeing with him, but it's kind of hard for me to go. I can get to an hour without you guys' help. Trust me. You've seen it done. I can get there without your help. But an hour and a half, I could still do it, but it's a little easier when I feel like I'm actually goofing around, answering a comment, goofing off, reading a comment, goofing off, reading a comment, as opposed to read all the comments and now I got an hour to just fuck around and find out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? Okay, so Cold-Hearted Bastard says more cowbell. Then he says more train whistle. Then he says more redhead brew babes. I am good. 1 out of 3 isn't bad, right? Every time I do that, you realize the lead paint is just raining down on me. I could have a lawsuit against myself. Yeah, that's just not as much fun right there. That's all I gotta tell you. Yes. I'd be happy to kiss the boo-boo. Bad, says Greetings Captain. Alcohol was outlawed before. It can be outlawed again. And ironically, the party arguing a child can choose their gender will be the party to say you can't drink. Oh, I mean, there's everything wrong with the United States of America can directly be routed back to a libtard. The Democratic Party, I wish they could just give them their own fucking country, because I would love to get some money bets going on how long until it was a complete fucking Venezuela-style shithole. Jesus. She goes, wow, you got done long before me. She goes, there was one dentist and it looked like he was working on 3 or 4 patients at the same time. There was lots of assistance and text, though. Well, spank my ass. Yeah, I could probably, no, seriously. Cold-Hearted Bastard. Right here. I could go for a good spanking. I mean, I think, McLean gets a little carried away. So Lily asked if I could send her an alcohol refreshing package. The problem is Lily really, really likes heavily peated scotches. I mean, it's not like I really can be upset, because I have sent her a flask of, I think it was Octomore. Octomore, I think it was this one. This is the one that always messes with me. It says edition 6.1, but it came out long after a bunch of these, so I mean, it says Octomore 6.1. So unless this one was purchased that was hanging around and it's actually a predecessor to, yeah, I believe I sent her a full flask of this and she's like going, I'm like, God. I mean, if she was here, I don't mind saying, hey, do you want to try a shot of that one? You want to try a shot of that one? Just like when Jeremy's here. Dude, if you want, I will set up, in this case, as of right now, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got nine different variations of Octomore. And I would have been happy with at any time for Jeremy to, Caitlin, fuck you. I'm not going to give you a single fucking shot of scotch ever. That and moonshine. Nope, never again. Or, if you ever want to try a shot of Octomore, I am going to put you in one of those clean rooms with the bubble walls and a floor drain. And then when you blow chunks everywhere, we'll hose you off and, pat you on your ass and then send you on your merry way. Jeremy, he can pull out 9 shot glasses if he was here. I don't give a shit. Or as many as he wants. That's the whole point is when you guys are here, if you want to try it, I am more than willing to share. I mean, I will say that we are knocking on the door of Gone for 10.3 is the lowest that I can see. This sounds like it's somewhere in here. I'd have to do the scratch off the bottle on that one, which was the one that I actually carved the bottle. 13 feels like it's just a little bit past the halfway point. Did we finish one? I had to have finished one. None of these have any marks on them, and all these ones are all new as of when NIHAP was here. 13.2 feels like it's about 3/4. 13.3 is, I think this is the one that Jeremy was pouring like he was dumping it down a transmission funnel on a fucking refill. Yeah, evidently we killed an Octomore. I don't remember which one it was now. 11, let's see, 9.3, maybe it was 10.1? It was a dark bottle, and it's no longer with us. And right now, my personal new favorite is 14.2. I would have to do a little taste off between 9.3 and 14.2 to tell you which one of those is in the winning camp. But the other day I did have the 14.2, so I am going to. See, I don't like doing this because 9.3 has been the leader in my favorite for years now, and I would say, I know I've said this before, and I was proven wrong, but I am willing. I'm pretty sure that the chances of ever finding going straight to hell because of the freckles, and I'm okay with that. The chances of ever finding another bottle of 9.3, because it's not like they just keep making it. No, they made only so many bottles of this, and then they were done, and then they moved on to the next number in the lineup. And I don't know. I'd have to do a history search on Octomore to even tell you exactly how that worked. Because, like I said, I got 9.3, 10.3, 11.3. I've got the one that just says 6.1, 13.1, 13.2, 13.3, 14.1, and 14.2. So was there a 9, then a 9.1, and then a 2, 3, and so on? I don't know. I know my new personal, by far, my favorite unpeated Scotch, period. This is a series that all tells a story. Chapter 1, Chapter 2. This particular one happens to be Chapter 2, and this one's so good, I don't even know if I had a chance to have a few bottles of that on hand, or have something else in the chapters. I don't even know how I feel about that, because that Chapter 2 is so incredible. I mean, it, without going upstairs and pouring them side by side, that hands down I like more than I remember liking the Johnny Walker Blue, and the Johnny Walker Blue label is incredible. Yes. Okay, so you requested more redheads, and it seems like it's been a myriad of them popping up. It's not the only thing popping up. Ah, my God. Bad says, have you given all the Brew Girls a rating? No, not other than, for instance, when you see a redhead as an intro girl, I have roughly, I would say there's probably roughly 50 girls in the Brew Today folder. It's the working folder that I use to make every daily video. Then there's a video editing folder, and inside that folder there's a video editing folder for the Brew channel and the Ebomi channel. And usually that's where I get the stuff that you see at the end, some of the archive stuff. The Brew Girls, there's a whole folder, and it consists of previous girls and every girl that's in this slideshow that you're watching. And right now I want to say that there's 7,058 girls that are in this rotation. That's why when the same one comes up twice, I'm like, what kind of random bullshit are we running on this? But the Cliff Note version is there's roughly about 20 redheaded girls that stay in the Brew Today folder, and even if I use her today, I do not delete them out of there. I just have this thing, and so do several of you, this thing for the redheads. And that is the in the easy to understand secret guy speak. That is a redhead is the one stone I have never uncovered in my time of gardening. Cheers. I'm only doing this for science reasons. I personally would love to see her horseback riding. Oof. Kev Dog. If this doesn't have some appeal, see, I slowly learn you guys though, don't I? If Kev Dog, if EMT does not have an unsoft spot in his pants for this girl, I would be surprised. Here, I gotta clean the palate. Now, this right here is winter camping I could get behind. And on top of, and in front of, and alongside. And Mike says cheers. Cheers, Mike. Smile Money says, the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus, which opposes all three bills, contends they don't have the votes to pass the gun storage law in the Senate. Hello? It was a gift from dermatology. Yeah, I think it's a dildo. I'm supposed to give it to Matt. It was supposed to be some samples to combat melatonin, or you know that thing, the cancer. Not melatonin. Melanoma. Yeah, not melatonin. I'm okay with melatonin. Melanoma. I know, I said that. Don't be a grumpy pickle.
Listen, I have every right to be grumpy. Got an extra $12 laying around?
No. I didn't have any money to pay copay. How was I gonna? Tom says the Jupiter 2 was headed to Alpha Centauri. Dr. Smith's weight threw it off course. That fucking Dr. Smith. Alpha Centauri. Cobra, what day is it that, and what channel is this? It was Sunday. It is now Monday. Smile Money says, this is the channel where Captain is spelled correctly. Laugh out loud. Cobra had another vidya on his Enterprise build. Cobra, I kind of agree with you. One of the things I most look forward to when that ship is done is what is the total weight. If it wasn't for the... See, I have not done a search on this. There might already be somebody that has put this information out there. Is there any chance that some of these ships are already... Yeah, there's some that were completed. You know, you could almost have a little contest. How much is the Enterprise D going to weigh when it is done? I would think that the ship that Cobra is building, by scale, is going to weigh more than the full size, the real ship, David Brown. He's always like, it's a show. No, fuck off. It is not. It's real. It's real shit. Cheapo Gun Guy. Happy Stinko de Matt. Stinko de Mayonnaise. Stinko de Mayonnaise Day. I'm having a BLT so much to celebrate. To help celebrate, I need a... He wants an FJB with an Irish accent. Woohoo! And do a little jig. He's a puppet on a string. How about that? Can you just look at that and we can call it even? Got to get Jerry here to do the jig. McLean, didn't they used to call it law of the land? Then he says, your swimming area looks familiar. You can say that again, babe. McLean, how tall is Wade? I think he's 7'8". McLean says 1911 is 1900 boring. Jolson says G9. G9 has already been called as a miss, so has G10, Jolson. Then Jolson says, we don't need any more cowbell. Smart Money. I do not agree with the law. However, it does not require ammunition to be locked up separately. It does allow you to have a loaded firearm within your reach and control. It does allow you to keep a loaded weapon in a secured storage safe or room. So you do not need to move before the August implementation date if passed by the Senate. Don't allow children under 18 in your house. Now adults with mental ability of a 5th grader, that may need more research. David says, so Matt has to stay home? And Smile Money says, they gave him a concealed carry permit, so they approved him to be around loaded firearms. Well, like I already said yesterday, it's all a joke. And regardless of what actually happens, I don't care. Because I refuse to be amongst a person giving them the power to move forward. just like we've had the discussion before. You want to come to my door? Well, guess what? You also might have to go to your dad's door, or a dad might have to go to his son's house. And the more you open this shit up, I remember having this conversation with Mike, Brother's Keeper. He said, nobody, no matter what is passed locally or federally, his sheriff has said that nobody will enforce anything that is in a direct violation of the Second Amendment. So, if down the road these are the places that free people need to relocate to, I guess that's what happens. But in the meanwhile, again, the only powers that they have are the powers that are handed back to them by the citizens, and I give them no power. And like I said, Smile Money, I am not even going to waste my time. Fuck them all. They're all in violation of an oath that they signed onto, and for that alone, death is what they all deserve. Every single politician that goes against the Constitution of the United States of America should be hauled out and executed by, I don't care. We could go with a noose and a tree. I'm good with that. At this point in time, I don't want any ammunition wasted on a piece of shit politician anyway. EMT, and the Brew Balmy border wall is complete with E1. This is true. The border has now been sealed. Jolson, write some shit down. And he said, you guessed it. Okay, we got Sharky running the board with the last 4 comments on here. So I am switching over to...
Did you find yet another Star Trek item?
Well, someone sent me that and it was just the box.
Oh.
The upstairs is another one of those in a box.
Yeah.
So it could be a wall decoration, like maybe cut it and... Let me build you a sweet one.
There's not enough alcohol in the world right now. That's how I feel.
I have something you could try.
Only if I get the whole entire bottle.
Sure. Here you go.
No.
Want a straw?
No. I need a full bottle. Not a half bottle, not a quarter bottle.
Well, see, if you're going to be crabby and cranky and it was my idea, it'll fail. But this is the one that I want you someday to try side by side with the Johnny Walker, because this is the best unpeated scotch.
Who gave you the 70 Plymouth Superbird?
I can't say.
Who did that? Who gave that to you? How
Some,
come you got that?
because...
Why did you get that?
Fuck off! You're a Ford person. If it was a 65 Mustang, it wouldn't be sitting down here.
That's the only Ford item. The rest are what? Mopar?
Or no car.
Yeah, well, what's my other favorite car? Plymouth Duster 360. I don't think that's a Ford.
If I won the biggest lottery, I would get you 2 cars. I would get you a purple Duster.
I would not stop at 2 cars.
I would
if
get you
had
a purple
now.
Duster rebuilt by Mark Warman, and I would get you a purple Duster.
No, it can't be purple. It has to be red with the black stripes, and it has to say 360 on it, just like my dad had
fine.
when I was a kid.
You can have a stock one made by Mark Warman of that car, but I would have a Slimer green with a white stripe made on a Hellcat frame.
Yeah.
So it would
don't
be
forget the Dodge Charger.
Charger, the Challenger,
Yeah. Yeah.
A red eye for you.
Yeah, but I'm just a Ford girl.
Well, either way,
So who gave it to you?
David.
That bastard.
Don't forget he is a big. That's actually from. I think that was from '81. And I have to confirm with the sender, but I think more upgrade parts showed up for your dad's computer.
Oh, for God, you're creating a monster. Stop it. I gotta deal with this. Don't make me come there.
Be like challenge accepted. He made the mistake of showing me on a Google Earth map. I dropped a pin. I could drive there now.
Yeah, by the time you get there, he probably has moved somewhere else.
Gone to Florida.
Yeah.
Fuck! It's like, damn it, Jim.
Okay. Well, this was not a good day.
I got nuked there, and there. He said as long as you're here, let's just do this just in case. Yeah.
How is he doing? Are you still there?
Huh?
He's not,
They changed their policy once again.
for what?
Well, registration is, like, there's registration, there's the elevators, there's the door going to Durham.
Yeah.
I would register, I'd go in the Durham, I would sit down in one of the 3 waiting areas. Nope, they have the door locked to Durham.
Yeah, because of the incident. You have to be now escorted around the entire campus to your location.
Oh, well, guess what I went to Durham? Guess what I went to my appointment with? Oh, and this. And this.
Yeah, but you didn't have to go to emergency, because if you tried to go through emergency, you would have lost all of that.
And this. Oh, fuck, I would have. You would have had to come get me out from the police department. If you're going to tell me that some fuckwad piece of shit, a Pinkerton Plus, is going to go, oh, no, when you leave, you don't get your personal property back. It'll be in my pocket. I bet you $1 million fucking dollars.
You would be asked to leave, and you would never be able to return to the campus for any reason.
I don't care. They ain't taking my shit.
You will never see another doctor anywhere, including our doctor out west.
I don't care. You're not going to tell me that you are going to take something that is legal to own.
I'm just
Then they
telling
shouldn't have
you.
taken yours, and it burns
I'm
my
just
fucking ass.
telling
When
you.
you left, they should have handed it back to
I'm
you.
just telling you how it is, and that is the mentality. And it has been the mentality ever since that I started 21 plus years ago.
Well, I would have
Hospitals and
no
clinics
problems going
in
back there.
all the hospitals and the clinics in the state of Minnesota are following suit. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to go throughout the whole United States.
Well, that's what happens. A libtard could wreck a steel ball.
I'm just telling you that's been the mentality. It always has been the mentality.
I'm telling you, if I'm ever there, whatever I showed up with, I will be leaving with. If it's in the back of a fucking squad car, I will be leaving with my property. Period.
Well, then you'll be staying in jail because I don't got money to get your ass out.
That's fine.
So I hope you enjoy your time there.
Hey, as long as I got a good friend named Bubba.
Oh yeah, in the butt, Bob, in the butt.
Just the butt. Well, it's not you.
I don't put shit up my butt. You put shit up your butt? It's supposed to come out, not enter. It's exit only. Those are fake.
Oh, Essential Health. What? Oh. Well, it's a good thing they texted me for my appointment in 2025. Gosh.
That's how far out they are. He's the only derm guy, you know.
Well, no, that's by design. If I wanted to see him in a month, he would have slated me in for a month from now.
But I'm just saying.
I
those are
have-
big too. That was awful. You know what those look like? They look like two giant-sized man nuts on a woman. And you're trying to like support the man nuts with that material, which is not working very well.
Actually, I think
Those look like nuts.
I
They
think
look
her-
like men nuts.
I think her tits are real. She's leaning over, so they're dangling.
No, that's icky.
Yeah,
It looks like you're teabagging something.
my face.
No.
No.
Just thinking
No,
another
she
no,
says.
and just thinking another like couple years when it starts getting old and wrinkly, then they're gonna really look like old wrinkly man nuts. Just saying.
You know, if you're going to continue with this extreme positive attitude,
Oh, I'm positive that's what's gonna happen to her tatas.
so what's wrong
She
with
couldn't
these?
decide which color to wear today. What the hell?
Christine's going to hang out and critique every girl moving forward. Okay.
Well, that looks stupid.
Cobra says, one day, hopefully I can retire like you. It's doubtful I could afford to, though.
You can't retire. Oh, and now we're squishing them.
She's just an overall perfect. She used to actually be, I think she's Canadian, and she used to be a goalie.
No, she didn't.
I've seen her on ice.
No, you're lying.
Stopping shit.
I think you're full of it.
Brad, get on this. I need proof. Proof of life. Tom says, Captain and Matt visited Brokeback Mountain. Well, I guess we just don't know.
That looks like she's, got a what do you call it, maxi pad there, and it's her period. That's too gross.
She's giving herself a wedgie. Mr. 27 says 39th brew reviewer here in the basement again. At least you're not feeling homo. That was on the batch 21. Freak Parade. Wow, even Brew Matt showed up. Well, a lot better than the other guests. Brew Bomi, Brew... What are you doing?
I'm smacking you with my cock.
Brew Co has had on lately. Then he sends, Brew Matt brought up fake jugs. What are your feelings about jug reductions? You want to field this one?
Let me just put it to you this way. Would you like to go in and have surgery and then rip open your balls and put like silicone in there to make your balls look bigger?
Well, he didn't ask about making my balls bigger. He asked about your thoughts on
Okay, but
reduction.
say that you did. You say you got bigger balls. Are you going to go get your balls reduced? How do you feel about that?
Jay,
I'm just saying.
for the canned Ivor stuff, Murphy's Stout is much better. Then he says the issue, you may need to update the VIN info in the eBay box, and you need the Expanse OEM scanner or an Ultra scanner.
Okay, I'm going upstairs now.
Okay.
The 80 is just too much.
Need a beer?
No.
How about a gigantic gummy bear?
No.
Again, everything in there is garbage.
I know. That's got to get cleaned out.
I don't even know if the ice cubes have lived.
What ice cubes?
I recently made some of those with those silicone trays.
Wood balls?
I don't know if... They may even be freezer burnt by now.
It look okay so far. Just the
That-
rest of this has got to come out of here.
I'd rather just have had a refrigerator down here, not a freezer fridge.
Yeah, they make those refrigerators. They make them in Canada.
Eh?
Eh?
You gonna go upstairs and write a book on positive attitudes?
I'm positive my attitude really is shitty right about now, and I'm just having the hate on for everything. So just allow me that moment.
Okay, proceed. It's nice enough that we could go sit outside.
I know. And then I can listen to Mike bitch about all the construction that's going on in front.
Still haven't figured out exactly what the fuck is happening. They're removing the sidewalk across the street.
Yeah, they're removing sections of the sidewalk on both sides of the streets.
But only sections. What is the point of that?
I don't know. Go ask them.
Well, carrying an AK-47?
Your choice.
Okay, back to the fun camp. Oh, those are so fake. I love them. Sharky says, "Cheers all. What are you looking at?" You ask. Well, it's not a rifle on deck, and I get my tail pounded by a lucky cat. I bet you liked it. Sharky, 1830, onwards. No, no, yes, no, no, yes, but it was trash, SVD, no. Shot the redhead AK. No, no. No, no. Might have missed a frame or two. And finally, a gun I didn't shoot. Licked it, though. You almost have to freeze frame that shit, Sharky. I think, for the most part, I don't think there was a never before seen one in that Photoshop montage that I did right there. I got one. I got one from Minnesota. Yeah. Look at. Smells good, don't it? I think they're real. I don't know. Sharky? Just missed it, Sharky. Sharky says, "Hey, Chris." Sharky, 4130. Remind me to get you a proper sharpening kit by next time I get over there. What? What did I do? Hey, I got shit, but that thing was in such bad shape. The first thing I would have done was taken the file to it. I mean, not the bench grinder, but then again, Sharky, we both know that if I was actually making knives, one of those big belt grinders is just the way to go. But you know, you watch those guys, and a lot of those guys are just doing that shit by hand. I mean, I suppose if you work for some of these smaller knife companies that the shit ain't being made by CNC machines and they're actually still being made by hand. Unfortunately, I might have a neck knife from them. I've made it a habit of giving away the really good stuff, because now I don't know about every single knife I've given away. I can tell you this, Jeremy and Caitlin use the fuck out of all the shit that I've ever given them. I mean, I know the last one I gave Caitlin, she carries it every single day, and Jeremy maybe even overuses. But hey, I would, just like a lot of you guys, when I end up getting shit, I'm like Ed. Unfortunately, I'm breaking that rule with Scott. Actually, I'm breaking that rule with both of them. I have carried Ed's Ruger 1911 to the point where it's got marks and shit all over it, and that is the one that I would love to be able to have something, but we can't call it Robar. I'd love to be able to afford to send that to Jay and have him break the gun down. And the thing that bums me out the most is I want all of that Ruger bullshit gone from the gun. And I wish all of the shit that you see on that gun, I can't just show you right now. I didn't know I was going to premeditate this conversation, because the gun is on duty, and has been on duty. At least Ed and Scott can be happy about that. Ed's 1911 has had the fire shot out of it by me and everybody that's ever wanted to shoot it. I do not like the depth for which the laser engraving is on it. If I were to have it completely gone through, I suppose my question for Jay is, get rid of what's on there and recreate it, because I don't know what the chances are that you'd ever be able to figure out the size and the font. I mean, maybe there's a computer program out there that you can scan it and they go, oh, this is what it was, and I can hit those spots identical. But I want the gun. I'd love to have, just like the 645 has, the ability to be in a holster and not show wear, to shoot it all afternoon and come home and basically wipe it off with a white piece of toweling. It's just. On the other hand, I got Ed's 4006, and I've never squeezed the trigger on that, and Scott's really very, very nice Sig Sauer 1911. Maybe that should happen this summer. Right now, several of you are probably saying, no, there's no maybe. But no, as far as sharpening goes, Sharky, somewhere around here, I have one or two of those stones. And the stone basically says, if you start with water, stay with water. If you start with oil, stay with oil. Just for the ease of use, I would probably use water. And it's got a medium side and a fine side. And yeah, I realized that I could, do better with that. As far as overall sharpening goes, I don't have anything left as sharpening stuff goes. I didn't really like that one, and I did it as a Patreon, as you well know, and Wade now has it. The only thing I have that I use is this, and this is a very fine, and it's kind of like the two, I don't even know if it even says on it what they even are. One literally feels like it's smooth. It's almost like the steel version of the Schmop. But I like the accuracy on this. I like the consistency. But like I said, it's V-Sharp offers different setups for this, and I wouldn't mind having. I should look at their site and see how pricey they are. Of course, right at this very moment in time, everything is out of my reach. But I did like this. I felt that it was pretty accurate, and if you just use something every now and then like these, and you leave the really fine ones on here, it definitely brings it back where. So I do like this thing. I just need to get more of the grits, the bars for it. Christine said the other day, where are all these fucking hams coming from? No idea. That ass. Sharky with the last comment across 2 different channels. SH Classic Devil Evil Dead outro. Love it. And a few of you made it. What? Oh, I gotta give a score to the Bengalihis from 6 Point. It's still good. I definitely like that orange, mandarin orange, that flavor, as opposed to going in the direction of pineapple. I wish locally these were available more. It's like Keyport gets some every now and then. Like, I haven't seen these over there in years. A few years ago they had a whole bunch, but you know, I guess I foolishly assumed that they wouldn't be all gone. But overall, it's always been one that's been a favorite of mine, and I would give it an 8.5. Tomorrow's recycling day. Yes. Jeremy says, love on air. Love on air. Please tell Poco, thanks from me and Caitlin. I have no clue what he's talking about. Love on air. Rich says, cheers, clubbers. Cheers, Rich. Bad says, yo, yo, yo. It's club time. Yo. Those are real. I mean, she's, you know, she's like a 10 from there down and like an 8 from there up, but you know, sometimes you gotta compromise. And I know, I can compromise. And what do we come to a conclusion? She's from Germany or Russia? I think somehow it was Germany. Salty? Double naked. Try out experimental AI features. No thanks. Ooh, McLean. It's been an hour, McLean. Ooh, I got some grippage that feels loose. We got going here, huh? Then again, I have not had the grips off of this. A little turn on the top one on the left side. A little bit more of a turn on the top one on the other side. And both bottoms are tight as shit. Okay. Preventive maintenance. And unfortunately, I do not own a holster to accommodate a railed 1911. Someday, and I'm sorry, Pete, but I don't really like my 1911s in Kydex holsters. I mean, if I had no choice, but if I had a holster that this one worked in, it would also work in the single stack. But I'm very happy that this has now been out 3 times without a single failure. I really hope Bunky's is failure free. If not, I am going to have to insist that I take her pistol home with me, because David, if you make it this far, fucking A, no. I did a bunch of things to get this to run correctly, and it was mainly about polishing the feed ramp and polishing the chamber, because it seemed like it was ripping loose and not wanting to do a possible extraction. But after everything I did, it has not been an issue. And first of all, it's a 10 millimeter, so I automatically love it. But it's also a candidate for that can. Like when Jeremy said, just get one chambered in 45, and then you can run your 45, your 10 millimeter, and your and this guy, your 9 millimeter on it. Of course, at this very moment in time, I do not own anything chambered in 45 that has a threaded barrel. The best candidate would actually be to get a 45, a G21, a threaded G21 barrel, and be able to have my G20 play both roles. I'd have to run it a little bit to see if the ejector functions properly, because the arm on the G21 on the ejector is pretty straight, but the arm on the 10 millimeter kind of wrinkles in because of the difference in size of the shell. Now I've seen people write up saying that they put a 10 millimeter barrel in their G21 and never had a problem, and it was the only thing other than mags that they changed. And I've also seen it go the other way around, where people said that they had a G20 and they changed out the mags in the barrel, and that's the only thing, and they've never had a reality or any kind of a function with it in one way or the other. I mean, I guess if you're just range time, having fun with it, I guess that's good enough for me. But if you're actually, say, building up a pistol and it may be a service thing, then if you had a G20 that you were putting a 45 barrel in, I would swap out the ejector, and it's real easy to do. Oh God, there's like a shit ton of her in there, and there's a really good reason. You know what I've never tried is putting this barrel in this one. If that was a thing, that'd be badass. I'd love if both of these had threaded barrels on them. But if I was to put a can on something, I think I would most definitely want to be the one that had the higher capacity, and that would be this guy. Let's do that right now. Let's swap out barrels. I'm willing to bet you with Rock Island that you could take this barrel and do that, and it would probably run just fine. But again, if I was seriously gonna have a reason to put a can on it, it would be this one, because you could stay in the fight even longer. I can't wait till the first time we go out and find out how your guns run. This one I had an issue with, and it had to go back, and I believe most of the problem was probably me, as full disclosure. But while it was there, they swapped out all of the springs, and they upgraded the front to their they call it the firewire or whatever. And I believe it originally looked like this, and this one just picks up so much more light. I tell you what, I don't understand anybody that doesn't want to own a firearm from Rock Island. They stand behind their firearms just as religiously as High Point does. Like I said, when this went in, it came back with this like fucking list of all of the shit that they upgraded, and none of that had anything to do with the reason that it went in. It was a timing issue, and it got locked up. And I'm almost positive that I was the fuck up on this, on where I put David. When you put these together, there's some index marks, and if you don't get them lined up perfectly, the next time the trigger is pulled, it pretty much self-locks itself up. They improved that on this one, which means the one that Bunky has of this one may very likely have the improvements on. Hers has somewhere, oh no, I think I gave them away. Hers has the gray and black grips. These ones were custom from Jason, the owner of Lock Grips. But yeah, this one really fought me. It didn't fight me as badly as the Kimber did, but it still fought me. And I have not had the Kimber back out since the latest few passes that I did on the slide stop to see if, well, I know it's what's causing the problem. I know exactly that's what's causing the problem. When the round comes up, it's bouncing off of the end of the slide stop, and it's triggering this effect. So hopefully, again, next time we go out. As a matter of fact, David, we should probably plan something for sooner than later, and also keeping an eye on the weather, because Din also wanted to come up and get your book, pick up some rivets and that stuff from Jeremy, and do a little shooting. Yeah, Din, when you get here, I'm keeping your AK. I'm light. I need an AK. Ooh, personal favorite. And again. Yep, I'm really hoping that there's not a problem. But we will find out, Bunky. Okay. Din. That's funny, Din. You what? I suppose for the fun of it, I could go make sure that of the comments that I left, nobody made a comment beyond the comment over at the at this channel. Mr. 27 says Brew Bomi Club Time Brew Bomi Show 25 minutes ago on Freak Parade. Hey, get on the right frickin' page there, Mr. 27. Okay, so we have cleared out both. Oh, I still have my I still have my 14-2. Now, is my palate, I mean, that was like a whole, what, 35 minutes ago? I'm gonna have to look at what the weather's like. I don't want any of the above to get pissed off at me because I went by myself, but I still might grab a couple of the rifles and head up to Island Lake. I've got a three-shot grouping to pull on the JP and the Mosin, and I definitely wouldn't mind seeing what I'm able to do with that and the DRG. You'd think at 100 yards. I mean, granted, I know some of you out there might go, oh. I mean, the barrel on the 24-inch is 24 inches. And, see, I can't even comment on this because I never got a chance to go on a personal tour of DRG manufacturing. And I know that they make stuff for some major companies. So, is it at all possible that the barrel in the DRG rifle and the barrel that's in this rifle was made by the same company? I don't even know. All I know is if I was told that by the owner, Dave, that he would be happy to give me a personal tour of the facility, but I would have to sign a thing saying that you didn't see what you just saw. Like, so that, and at 100 yards, will you really see a difference between, like, if I actually brought just a Blem Palmetto State 16-inch rifle with me with a red dot on it? Could I shoot something very similar? No coffee that day. No caffeine that day. There's definitely a difference between 14.2 and 9.3. They both have a fairly consistent porn star. I mean, Wade told me. I wouldn't actually know that. They both have a fairly consistent sweetness to them. The 9.3 has a heavier. Now for me, the taste is good, but to try to make a description of what I'm tasting, most people go, well, why in the hell? More of an industrial. I'll just say that there's a difference between the two of them. They both have a nice sweetness, and they're both exceptional. I'm almost leaning to the 14.2 over the 9.3. Which is probably not a bad thing. Yes. If you consider that the old guard had to be replaced. Okay. I'm going to hit the button, if nothing. Okay. Again, everybody that follows me over to the backup channel, because just in case someday this channel might not exist anymore, which means if you don't see me for a couple of, if more than likely, at least on the path that I've been on lately, with the exception of, I was either down at Jeremy's, and I still think I might have knocked out one every single day. But when NIHAP was here, we were trying to get some shit done, and we just didn't happen. But overall, I stand behind the phrase that if you don't see me at least every other day, then I may have taken a strike over here, and I'm vacationing over at the backup channel. As of this very moment in time, though, all of my offenses with WokeTube have been cleared out, and I have no active strikes against this channel. So, and there hasn't been one on the other channel. So it's nice of her to moisten them up for you. Okay, cheers. Maybe see you tomorrow. I don't know. I'll be standing on that field punting. I'm here to tell you that. But the next one has to be better than this one. She's like all body, no. Oh my God. Okay, boys. I